Good afternoon, class. It's a rainy afternoon. By the way, I have received a notice that the electricity will return later at 5 p.m. if I am not mistaken. So, unfortunately, we cannot use the TV, but that's okay because I came here prepared for you. So, how have you been lately? Amy is glowing. Great to know that you're feeling good, and I am likewise. So, are we all in to learn something today? That's the spirit. If that's so, we will start this afternoon's class with a prayer. Please stand. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. You may now be seated. Good to see that your seats are well organized. Now, before we proceed to check your attendance, can we check your area's cleanliness? If you see some trash, put them properly in the trash bins outside. Okay. Based on your seat plan, all of you are present this afternoon. Good job, class. Now, to give us a short recap of what we have discussed last meeting, let us have, yes, Ron? Thank you. Correct. What we have discussed last meeting is all about the genres and examples of literature. And for our lesson this afternoon, class, we will be focusing on one of these literary examples. To find out what it is, let us have first a short activity. You already have your groups, right? We have group 1, 2, and 3. Kindly proceed to your respective group. Are you now seated within your group? Thank you. Class, this activity is called Pick Puzzle. I will be giving each group puzzle pictures, and what you're going to do within your group is to pick the right pieces of the image to complete the puzzle. Easy as that. Is the instruction understood? Okay, then I will be giving your material. Group 1, here is your material. Group 2, and Group 3. That envelope, class, contains all the materials that you will be needing for the activities provided for you for this lesson. You may now begin doing the activity. All the outputs are posted. Thank you to all groups. Class, what you have assembled are pictures of the social issues that our country is facing. And these social issues might have known to you already. What are these social issues? Everybody read. We have COVID-19 pandemic, poverty, drugs and substance abuse, and crimes. Precisely. These are just some of the many existing social issues. Please take note of this, class, because later on we will discuss through it and we will use it in our lesson. Ladies and gentlemen, our lesson for this afternoon will be focusing on the topic, everybody read, parts of the research report. Wait, what? Parts of the research report, ma'am? How does the lesson relate to the activity a while ago with this social issues? Some of you might have these questions in mind already. And to answer that, may I ask someone to please read our lesson's objectives? Yes, Amy. You heard it right. Thank you, Amy. Your output for this lesson will be a draft of a research report on a relevant social issue. And to prepare you for that, we will of course have a discussion first on the lesson about what research report is and its parts and how you will do it. Here is the sample research report in your handout for this lesson. Can we get one in pass, please? Thank you. So, what is a research report? Everybody read. Thank you, class. In other words, class, a research report is a condensed form, a brief description of a research work done by the researcher. It also refers to a completed study that reports on the investigation or exploration of a problem or a subject. in this case on social issues. So, how do we write a research report? Just like any other literary work, a research report is structured and composed of three major components. And what are those? We have the introduction, body, and conclusion. Very good. We will discuss this one by one. It's starting up with the introduction. Parts of the research report. May I ask someone to please read number 1? Yes, Ira. Thank you, Ira. Under introduction of the research report class are significant parts. We have here the brief background. In this section, you will provide here the overview of the scope of your research report. Follows brief background, we have the objectives of the study. You articulate here what you intend to do or to achieve in your research report. It can be done through the use of questions or by just articulating the objectives of your report. Either way, these tools, the objectives of your study, will guide you and your intended readers on the direction of your research report. Follows objectives of the study, we have the significance of the study. You discuss here the relevance of your research report to your intended audience or to your intended readers. You will cite here the specific benefits that they can get from your research report. And last one, under the introduction, we have the literature review. You will discuss here the previously conducted researches done on the chosen topic. You will show here the interrelatedness of your present report to the previously conducted researches. Now, follows introduction, we have the body. Everybody read. Thank you, class. So in the body, in this section, you will present here the information that you have gathered. And in presenting the gathered information, we can use the nonlinear text. Again, what is nonlinear text? What are the examples of nonlinear text? We have charts, graphs, and tables. Moreover, in this section class, you should use your related studies or related literature to support or refute the findings of your research report. How will you do that? You can do that by incorporating notes that you have gathered in the rewriting phase. Remember, remember to properly cite your sources or your references to avoid what? Correct. To avoid plagiarism. Now, the last major component in writing a research report is the conclusion. Allow me to read it to you. Conclusion. The conclusion is important in bringing home the highlights of the research paper. A well-written conclusion allows readers to take on a new perspective of the thesis. Now, follows conclusion would be your recommendations. Recommendations address limitations and suggest how they might be overcome in the future work or research. So, in a typical research report class, it follows a sequence such as the introduction, methods, results, and discussion, abbreviated to M. That was for the research report and its parts. Again, a research report class is a publication that reports on the finding of a research project or a subject, in this case on social issue. It has the following parts. We have the introduction, body, and conclusion. Is the lesson understood? Any questions? Really? None so far? Then, good to hear that. Now let us walk the talk. Let us have this stop over. So within your same group, this stop over is a group activity that is entitled Which is Which and Why. And what you're going to do in your group is to read and understand the sample parts of the research report. Here it is. It is entitled The Effects of Food Insecurity in School Performance. And what you're going to do here is to identify which part of the research paper it is and write a short justification of why you labeled it as the introduction, body, and conclusion. Group 1, you are assigned to introduction. Group 2 for the body, and Group 3 for the conclusion. Is the activity understood? Then you may start doing your group activity. All the outputs are posted. Thank you, class. Your presentations from Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3 deserve a Mami Junisha clap. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good, very good. Indeed. Very good, class. Your outputs and your presentations a while ago reflect your understanding about the lesson. Going back, what is a research report again? Yes, team? Impressive. How about the parts of the research report? Yes, Lyra? Correct. And now that you already know what research report is, its parts, and how you will do it, I would like to hear from you, class, your ideas or feelings on what you think is the importance of the connection between writing a research report to relevant social issues. Yes, let's start with Giant. Good point. Next, I saw Daniela raising her hand. Yes, Danny, please. Thank you. And last one will be coming from, yes, Zena. Very well said. All right, class. Social issues are important topics or subjects that impact many people. Why? Because they reflect current events that directly and indirectly influence our living. With that, different opinions, viewpoints, stance on these topics are natural outcomes of public discourse. Social issues are important research report topics because they help us understand that there are many ways to think about and approach these problems or the same problems. It teaches us essential critical thinking skills on how we will address these issues. That was for the summary of what we have discussed on the topic parts of research report. Before we proceed, do you have any questions? Come on, don't be shy, raise your hand. Anything to add? Really? None? Then, upon seeing your reactions and your responses a while ago, I believe that you are now ready to start writing a draft of your research report on a relevant social issue. So, this was done already. This is the wrap-up. This individual activity is entitled Writing a Draft of a Research Report on a Relevant Social Issue. This is an individual activity, ladies and gentlemen. What you're going to do here, in the table provided, here is the sample table. You will fill out with information on the parts of the research report. Choose among the relevant social issues given from the motivational activity done for your research report topics. We have the COVID-19 pandemic, poverty, challenges in education, drugs and substance abuse, and crimes. Is the activity understood? Or would you like to repeat it to you again? Okay. So, this individual activity is entitled Writing a Draft of a Research Report on a Relevant Social Issue. And what you're going to do, class, in the table provided, here is the table, you have the topic, introduction, body, and conclusion. All you have to do is to fill out with information on the parts of research report. And your research report topics, you can choose from the social issues given a while ago. We have here the COVID-19 pandemic, poverty, challenges in education, drugs and substance abuse, and crimes. Is it clear now? Okay, then you may start doing this activity. And before I forget, class, please be guided on how your output will be scored. Here is the rubrics. Please proceed to writing a draft of your research report on a relevant social issue. Time is up. I already received all your papers. Thank you, class. And I have noticed that majority of the class have chosen COVID-19 pandemic as the research report topic, and others were divided into the different social issues given. I will be reading your drafts tonight, give comments and suggestions, and on our next meeting, I will hand it to you for the continuation of writing your research report. Alright, since we only have a couple of minutes, I will now give you your assignment. Your task for your assignment class is to complete the diagram given by writing the information needed about the research report. Again, your task for your assignment is to complete this diagram by writing the information needed about the research report. You may start copying your assignment, or if you have phones, you may just take a picture. Okay, since everyone is done copying the assignment, I would like to thank you class for that collaborative discussion. Let's call it a day. Goodbye class. And I'll see you on our next meeting. Thank you. Class dismissed.